Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's all about motivation and versatility. It's me JK and I'm hosting my dear friend Olivia Sparkles or Oli Sparkles. Oli Sparkles, yeah. So today we have something interesting for you, so stay tuned, don't go anywhere.
Why some people are impatient.
And that doesn't help us become confident in the
Day-to-day relationships.
Alright, welcome back, and if you haven't subscribed, be sure to click that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, like, comment and share. So today I'll be having a discussion with Olivia, as I said, and it's about relationships today. We'll just leave that part as a bonus, so you'll find out as you continue watching the video. Olivia, my first question to you is, when we talk about relationships today in our era, what do you think, or what's your view on them? When you look at all the things going around, about what comes to mind?
Okay, so I'll start with the cliche thing. I'm a Christian, so yeah. So even God had a relationship with Adam and Eve, and He still has a relationship with His children. So relationship in general is a kind of link or bond you form with someone. But apparently, I come to talk about romantic relationships.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this sense, romantic relationship is when you have an interest in someone, and then you go ahead to profess or confess your feelings or however way you feel about that person to the other person. It could be the boy doing it or the girl doing it, but in this context, in Ghanaian context, you prefer the guys doing it.
But most girls also do it. Like, there are some girls who also ask some guys out.
Yeah, I think it's no crime. It depends on you, your
crime.
Confidence and everything. But I'm just saying the Ghanaian context.
Oh,
It's But I personally believe the guy should come.
sure, but it's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with a girl asking a guy out, or a girl telling a guy that, oh, I love you.
You see, the Bible even said a man will leave the family.
Relax the Bible. Relax the
No,
Bible
it's
part.
the genesis of everything.
Sure, it's the genesis of everything, but I'm saying that it's not a crime.
It's not a crime.
Yeah, so
Okay, I was giving my opinion as well. I prefer the guys going bold. It was, you see, people are, made in a certain way. I'm not talking about gender here, but I'm saying a man is more polite for the man to go and then just ask the lady out. It's not a crime if you're a lady and you have the boldness to go to. But in my opinion, I prefer the man coming. Okay.
So, are you aware of some certain things which are happening in our era concerning relationships?
Yeah, I'm aware. You want to go specifically, or I should just take it generally?
You can go specifics.
Okay, so normally, I think personally, I used to prefer dating my age mates. Yes, I believe that they are the ones that I would have connections with. Do you have a connection?
What?
Do we have a connection? We do. That's why we are sitting here. Why am I the only one saying it? Why am I the only one saying we have a connection?
That's what you're saying, right? Oh yeah, we have a connection. That's what we're saying.
Oh, okay. You see how relationships start. So that's an example. There's no mutual acceptance. So there should be a mutual acceptance in a relationship. I just said we had a connection. You're saying that's how you are saying. If you're a girl and a guy saying that's what you are saying, there's a question mark. Big one. So meaning I would be in the relationship, he would be somewhere in Afghanistan. I'm not taking it to Canada, no way.
Oh.
Okay, so recently we have age mates. You could see, now I see my friends laughing at people when they see youngsters dating. We're like, young country on one. Should we tell them?
Yeah.
Because you are grown and it's funny the way age mates are dating.
Yeah.
Your age mates, you are dating your age mates. You look back and it's funny when others are doing the same. But I think that, like I said, it's a mutual connection. So when you get someone, you think you have this kind of quality, this person has the other side of the quality, you agree and you come together.
So with regards
despite
to
the age.
Okay, despite the age, but you see, right now, everyone has preferences. Okay, some people like tall guys, some people like short guys, some people like guys with big butts, and there are some guys who like big ass, big boobs, short, tall, and I mean, you can't get everything in one container. You can't get people to be perfect. So, what if you are out there, you're looking for this lady, she has good character, this guy has good character, but maybe he's short, he doesn't have so much money. Like, let's look at all these things.
So factors in considering your partner.
Yes.
It's individual preference, like you said or you stated. But there's one thing, like you said, you can't have everything in one container.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. Please, the perfect guy you're describing or the perfect lady you're describing, you can never have that. Because you can have one with good character or nisika. The person doesn't have money or is not well to do or can't feed you. So I always say this: look at you and look at what you want in your life, or the person you can afford to have. Okay, so for example, I'm a university graduate, and then I'm dating a boy who's also a university graduate. I prefer me to say man.
Any.
Okay, so who is also a university graduate, but apparently we are not both from an influential home that could push us. So we are struggling to get a decent job, to get a decent salary for our survival. So now this is the aspect. Probably he's caring. The little he gets, he'll share with you. Probably he's able to listen to you or pay attention to your needs, or listen to you, be attentive to you. But right now, for 2 years, you've been in a relationship after school, and this person is still not having a decent job to be able to start something with you. It's your option. You could decide to wait, but as you're waiting, just know that as a lady, your time is going, because you have the same age. You're within the same age bracket. You get it. So I would decide that I will stay with such a person. Probably he has a promising future. The only aspect I would advise is when the person is, how do you call it, not really being proactive with his decisions and choices. You have people who have graduated, instead of them to take advantage of opportunities. Some guys are not, they're just lazy, and the system is not working. So you just take advantage of any kind of opportunity you get, but he's not doing that. Such a person, if you are willing to stay with the person, fine. We have others that they don't mind. Some people don't mind being second wives.
That part is different. It's a different level.
It's a different level.
Yeah, but we're talking about like preferences.
Yes.
Do they really count?
Yeah, they count.
So if I have a girl and she's having a good character, but she has maybe small ass or small breast, it means I have to lay her off.
No. I think you can decide that for yourself as you are moving on in life, because you could dream of a slim, how do you call it, cute lady, then you end up seeing having a very good connection with a fat lady. You could dream of a lady with ass, and then you end up having a connection with a lady with. So that's why I said it all boils down to compromising.
So it's about compromising.
Yes, because you can't
especially
have,
when you love the person.
yes, you can't have everything. Never. For example, let me see. I think I like tall guys and a little slim. And then let's say I get someone who is fat and then is very attentive to my needs, and then is very smart,
loyal,
very important.
Talking about loyalty, haven't you seen that these days in relationships, loyalty, honesty, it's downplayed. It is not. It's not something that people really take into consideration. It's scarce. It's very scarce. Loyalty and honesty.
I think about it that someone just leaves someone for another person.
Yeah, and in the sense that right now, because everyone is afraid of being taken for a fool, it's like you always have to have a backup. So that in case the person disappoints you, then it's like you already have a backup, so the damage will be minimized.
Okay.
What do you also think about that? Because it's going on a lot these days. Everyone has a backup. Almost everyone has a backup. Yeah.
I used not to have a backup. I don't still want to have a backup. So, like I said, relationship is all about mutual connection. Don't go there and then think that someone loves you and then you are clicking and then you think that you are in a relationship. It's a mutual thing. And then this, you can find out if someone is into you by the person's actions and how prompt the person is towards things you care about. So for example, what is loyalty and what is disappointment? Joshua, I have a deal with you. Now we have even marriage by contract and all that. But I have a deal with you. I love you. You love me. We are in a relationship. We know that we want to do this. And then in 2 years' time, you don't see the person you don't see any kind of improvement in any way, where you see the person talking about further plans with you. Whether the person has the means or not, there should at least be that kind of conversation. Even if it's in a jovial way, there should be at least that kind of conversation. So the point I always tell my colleagues or my friends is that you should have a good person. If you have a good person, you are very sure this person, you are someone that he adores through his actions or through her actions. You are very sure. Why should you have a backup plan?
But there are some people who can give you attention, okay? They can give you all the love, the money, everything, but they still have backup plans.
There were red flags you didn't see.
So there are some certain red flags that should always tell you that there's a loophole, or as in the person will take you far. That's what you're saying.
Listen, I want us to distinguish between loyalty and something else. I'll give it a name along the line. Let's say I'm with a guy, and then the guy is there. I'm very loyal to the guy, meaning deep within me I know there's no one else, and deep within the guy probably there was no one else. And in 2 years, 3 years, the guy is not being serious with you by his actions. What do I mean by his actions? There are certain particular things that you need as a lady, not in terms of money, in terms of probably, I have these plans, he's not interested in anything that is about you. Or is it something, it's not measurable, you can see it whilst you are having a relationship with the person. It's not something I can come and sit here and list them out, because it differs. You would know when you're in a relationship, even as friends, you know the friends that are really there for you. It's no different. You know the friends that are really just leeching off you. You know the friends that are really there for you. You know the friends that are really somewhere. Even your friends, you just don't mind, but you know the character of each and every one that you have in your life. It's the same with relationship. Don't treat it as a different or a distinct part of your friendship. You became friends before later on you wanted to take it an extra mile step of being in love or being in a romantic relationship. So you could see all that. So sometimes it's not because the person wasn't loyal, and I'm there with the guy is not making any plans, then someone serious comes your way, you would go. I would advise you to go.
It's the same way.
But the difference is when you don't end it with that person and then you do the double timing. Why are you doing the double timing? Now you are sure the person you are with is not helpful. So at that point, would you call the girl not a loyal lady or a loyal girlfriend? No, that's not. Loyalty is a whole different issue.
Okay, so
you are in a job. Okay, you have a job, and then you keep saying, "Manager, please increase my pay," because you know what you are. You know the output you are giving in, and then later on, you are in talks with someone else, another company that wants to give you a good offer. You just go and tell the manager, even though the offer had not sourced out. You don't, right? You don't. You wait for the offer to source out. But the thing is, you don't do two timing when the other one sources out. It's not your fault. And you don't come and tell me I'm not loyal when I do that. No, I won't say that. No way.
So one thing I've also seen is that relationships in our era is becoming more of money. People are just entering because they can, because of what they can leech out of the person. Oh, this guy has money. Oh, he has a car. Oh, this girl has money. This, that. What do you also think of? Should it be based on money when you're entering a relationship?
Should your survival be based on food? Okay, that was just by the way. Did I right? Okay.
But come on, without food, I mean,
you can't survive.
You can't survive.
Yes. So it's basically, you see, is it really relationship, then it goes into marriage, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not having a relationship just for fun. Or
Some do it for fun, some do it for the other one I'll say later.
okay, I think you should consider the money part. Let's not be hypocrites. Or what do you think?
Oh, me, I think you should consider it though, but it shouldn't be like your number one priority. Like there are some girls, there are some guys who make money like the overall. So I'm entering if you don't have money. So what if life can't always be in a straight line, okay? So what if maybe I'm working and I lose my job, or maybe things are not going well? So we tell them that because I don't have money, so that's it. You're going to look for a different person.
When you say someone has money, what do you mean by that?
In this area, it means a whole lot of things. So
Yes.
especially when you
Please,
take it
I'm
to social
advising you,
media.
don't mind me. If the person doesn't have a decent income, especially in terms of marriage, don't.
Marriage is different from relationship.
Relationship.
Yeah, because marriage is different from relationship.
Okay. So with relationship, I said earlier on, or like I said earlier, the person has a promising future. I gave an example of 2 graduates.
Yeah.
The person has a promising future. I won't be there with a man that when you even say you see an opportunity and you're advising the person to go in for it, and the person is just being lazy about it.
For laziness, it's out. But let's say the person is average. Well, it's okay.
It's
like
all
the
about
person is
promising
okay.
future. It's all about promising future. We all don't have it when we start.
Yeah, but I'm trying to say that like the girls these days, it's all about the money for them. That's why they're even so interested in fraud boys. And how can you even see a future with a fraud boy? That's the part I don't even get.
We
Because
started the conversation with individual preference, so I'm not
what,
here to
what will
judge.
you get, what will you get from dating a fraud boy? That's what I don't understand.
I'm not
To the extent that you're planning a future with him, I don't get it.
There's money, like you said.
That's why I asked. This
That's-
is always about money.
It's not always about money. That's why we started with individual preference.
So
For example, someone will be okay with someone who is a teacher and earning money. I'm using a teacher because in this part of the world, or in Ghana, we take it like one of the least income brackets people. I don't know if it's true, but that's the perception that goes around. So I'll use it as an example. So this example is for one category of lady. And then we have someone who will never be okay with it because it can't cater for a lot of things. So it's individual preference. My point is, be loyal to whatever decision you make, you choose. Don't go and judge a lady who is taking a fraud boy and then it's okay with it. When the benefits comes, you take it. When the sorrows and sadness come, you take it. When he's
so you
caught,
you must
take it.
just be ready to bear the
Yes,
consequences.
we have people who are
So
bold
is it
enough
right?
and then are robbing people with their boyfriends. They are doing the fraud with the boyfriends, you know that.
Yeah, and I know
Yes.
a couple of
So
girls doing that.
it's your decision. And we are not here to judge people's decision.
Oh, no,
We are
no.
here to just discuss the aspects. So if it's the person's decision to even fraud others with a boyfriend, they are gaming together, gang, love gang. Why not?
La
My
Casa de
point
Papel.
is, gosh, you get it. They were dating, yeah, couple.
Tokyo and this guy I forgot his name.
Tokyo and then
Some small boy.
the other one, Rio or
Rio.
Oh yeah, Rio. And then we got Monica and then Denver later on in the season 2.
Hey.
Monica was actually
Yeah.
she got pregnant and
Yeah, she
later
got-
Denver was
yeah.
all these things.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
they are in the gang together, ganging out. You get it.
Yeah.
So it's all about, how do you call it? It's all about your decision. But my problem is when you make that kind of decision, stick to it. Just make sure you know the ups and downs of everything and stick to it. Don't be moving up and down with it. The same way if you're a girl and then you think you're rich and then you have maybe a drugstore and then your man, you could just let your man into the business, then you do it together, even though the man doesn't have the money. That's why I said me, if it's a lazy person, then it's out. But as far as the person is, I'm not applauding for fraudsters or something. I'm just saying that whatever decision you make, stick to it.
Sure.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
You can give me a man that is a banker and the person might not ever be enough for me because I'm not okay with the amount of money he gives. Or probably I wouldn't go for a banker because they keep long in the bank and then the person can come home and then do mommy and daddy and I mean whatever with you or pay attention to the kids. You
Yeah,
get it?
yeah.
So it's individual preference. Just know that at the end, because generally I think as a girl you would want a man who is caring,
Yeah.
a man who has a lot of money, a man who is tall.
A man who has money,
I'll say
averagely, or a lot.
a lot of money. No, I'm saying yeah, generally because you want to be comfortable. I think ladies we should be comfortable.
I mean,
and there's
who
no
doesn't
crime.
like to be comfortable?
Even you
but-
guys,
Oh
would
yeah.
want, there's no crime in being comfortable. But you
It's overrated. Oh yeah, it's true. It's overrated these days.
because I feel like you are saying you can't have everything in one container. So you have let's say a doctor. You met a doctor. Probably he's making good money. Doctors make good money. Let's use that example. If
Well, I'm
that
sure they
perception.
do. I'm sure they
So
do.
you have a doctor who is making good money, but he doesn't come in on time. He doesn't come home on time. He's always busy.
And he's cheating
Yet-
on top.
Should I add that
No,
one?
don't add it.
Should I add
Nah,
it?
don't add it.
Yet, whenever he sees you, he's romantic towards you. He pays attention to you. So we have some descriptions now. Someone will be like, no, I feel like my man should always be around. When I'm going for programs, we should go together. I want this kind of things. So that is not my first priority. So the person might have a doctor who really, like, if we take a whole year, you might even see the person, like, if I'm not 100 days in a year, the person even travels and all that. We have ladies who will be okay with this. So far as you go and then later on you come and then you are able to provide. But we have someone that's not the topmost priority. So it's compromising because you can't have everything. The man is out there going to look for money and you are telling the person to come home. You get it? So
in this economy.
yeah, so you could have some people who stay home. You could, let's say for example, you are an engineer and then you have contract. You have some guys that when a contract is going to take them away from their family for that long, they won't take it.
Me, I'll take you. Hey,
But
money.
it's not like you're not comfortable. You're comfortable. Maybe it's an extra money you are going to make that will make just a minute difference. But you know we have some guys who wouldn't take that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
probably that's the kind of guy you had. And then you want the person, so cool. But you have some others who will go. So I mean I always say whoever, like maybe Joshua will be good for someone, but Joshua will never be good for me. It doesn't mean the
One
person
man's
is a bad
meat is
person.
another man's
Yes.
poison.
So you just know your preference. List them out. If I don't think about it, list them out.
So the next thing I want to bring across, or I just want to ask is, I've also seen that these days relationships based on sex too. Like some people just going for the fun. And I see on like I saw this post on Snapchat some time ago, and the person posted like relationship goals are we buying a house and excuse me to say, like having sex in each of the rooms, in every room. I see posts always about sex, size of
The
if he
private
doesn't
organs.
if he doesn't do this, says drop him. He's not. I see these posts. I'm like, so what? How do people see relationships these days? Is it about the action, or is it based on love? Because this is all about the action. It's
The
becoming
sex
too much.
action.
Yeah, it's becoming too much.
How do you know?
Snapchats.
And that's why it's good we start the conversation with individual preference. That's why it's
So
good.
what
we
do you
start.
think about it?
Personally, I believe that if you meet a guy who likes sex and you also like sex, why not? Why not? Because the two of you like the thing. So, but if I'm getting your question right, is it that the girl is actually the one initiating the sex or the guy is the one? Or both?
Or let's say both or any.
Both or
But it's just like
you are with the guy is always loving sex, wants sex, and then you are not like that. You let the person know, don't pretend. So the person, whether the person can compromise with your level of
sexual activity. Or...
whether you want it 3 times in a day and then he wants it twice. Whether you people can have a consensus.
But it shouldn't be a basis. Relationship or sex shouldn't be a basis for entering a relationship.
I'm very young, but I know I read a lot, and then I see people saying that people going back to their exes because they perform better than
I also see that
the guy they are
yeah
with. So if it's your preference, that's why I said that choose what you like.
yeah, but you know
It's not bad if it's a preference. That's what I want to say.
you're being open-minded.
Yes, it's not bad if it's a preference.
I think it's important, but it shouldn't be made as how society has made marriage the ultimatum. So if you're a lady or if you're a guy, you're not married, society frowns upon you.
Okay.
Or like this thing where society makes guys look like robots, like we are incapable of feeling. So if a man is being going through a hard time, it's like we can't share our feelings or we can't cry or something. You see how society has kind of put us in that tight corner.
Break free. Break free.
See, there are some women who abuse men physically. Do you know that?
Yeah, I do know.
Yeah. And if a man should come out and tell the police or public that, oh, my wife beats me, what do you think will happen? They'll laugh at the man. Am I lying?
Yeah, but the police is not supposed to do that.
But they will.
They will laugh, but you still can go.
That's how society has
the same way we have the in this part of Africa, when you are abused, it's more of the status. I don't think now it's even more of the gender. Or you've not realized that it's more of the status. You go and then let's say you say that a lady, a woman. You know, a woman, we can't have a woman beater and a man beater, like you said.
Yeah.
But if it's in the case of a man beater and then the man is someone of high esteem, you see it's being covered and all that. So I think it's even more of the status bias than the gender bias.
Well.
So my issue is break free as a man. Break free from any societal.
But I think sex shouldn't be an ultimatum as to or a basis for you entering a relationship.
You know, I believe in being true to yourself. That's why we started with individual preference. I keep going back to that.
Yeah.
Don't be true to yourself, Joshua. I'm here and then I feel like I have this man who is rich, who is everything I want. Probably you are already having the sex before you go a step further into marriage or something. Then you know that this man is not doing. Then maybe mistakenly you went and then another man is doing it. I think, excuse me to say, Ebony sang the sponsor song.
Yeah.
I think that's the issue, the dilemma. The dilemma is
I got myself a sponsor.
something. The dilemma is I think the guy performing, but the man that can provide is not performing, or it's not the same.
Otu,
am I going off?
I think it's that one.
Am I going off? Is it not within what we are discussing?
Yeah, it is.
Is it not within?
It's within.
Make your choice. Make your choice and improve it. You can't have everything like we said initially.
Yeah.
Make your choice. If someone can go 4 rounds and this person can go 6 rounds, and then the 4 rounds is, how do you call it, able to provide your needs, can't you make a compromise?
Yeah.
But like I said, it's your individual. My issue is when you make that choice and later on you are frolicking and doing other stuff that is really not needful. That's my problem. But if a girl tells you that, Josh, I'm sorry, I know you really take care of me. I know you're a good guy, but Charlie, you don't do me well. I don't like our sexual connection. Josh, let the person go. She's being honest though.
Yeah, or if
but don't judge the person. That is it. And the person would be there's a movie, Addicted. I think you should go and watch it. It's an American movie.
Wow.
The girl had a very nice man, but hers is through some trauma. And then she rather was going outside the marriage to.
So the whole point is don't cheat. Just be honest. No matter
Choose,
how it hurts.
make your choice and stick
don't
to
cheat.
it.
Because this is like Obia Peso be like this gender is showing this gender. This like women are showing the men and men to also disgracing the women. It's becoming a competition.
It's becoming awful.
So it's like it shouldn't be so.
It's becoming awful.
If you're not ready. So we come to the end of the video. I hope it was very informative and it has shed some lights and inspired you in some way. So we're just going to take a close remark from Olivia on relationships in our era, a piece of advice?
I think go into a relationship choosing your best partner. You won't have it all. Choose the right partner. Build something with the person, and then you're good to go. Just don't go poking your nose around others' own. Just make sure you've made your own selection. That's all.
All right, guys. So this is a closing
It's
remarks.
a good selection.
All right. So until then, we'll see you in the next video. You take good care of yourselves. Bye.
Bye.